Hello and welcome to this very sunny February day here at Preston Marina, and we're going to take a quick look around a really interesting little boat that's just come up for sale here. A Solaris Sunbeam 24 catamaran, 24 feet little catamaran. But as we walk around, I'm going to have to keep reminding myself that this boat is only 24 feet long, because as you are about to see, the space that she offers is really quite incredible, which is obviously all part and parcel of being a catamaran. But we'll have a little look around. Also have a look at the draft there, less than a meter's draft. So thinking of sailing around these waters where it's very shallow, good shallow draft boat, and of course the ability to take the ground easily. When we go around this corner and look again at the keels, you'll see she's got hardened keel bases so that she can take the ground properly. You've got a very useful little boat here, but 24 feet. And the other thing that I'll have to keep reminding myself as we look around this boat is that she's also 33 years old. She was built in 1990 and is just come up for sale and is being offered by the original owner, one owner from new on this boat, and boy has he looked after her, as we will see. So we'll have a little walk around the outside like we are, and then we will nip up on deck now and see what things are like up on deck. So here we are in the cockpit of the Solaris 24 catamaran, Solaris Sunbeam, and again just amazed at the amount of space on a 24-foot boat in this cockpit. Loads of room. Obviously these cushions, little perches for the helm and the crew to sit on, and if you've got family and kids on board, again you do feel protected by nice cockpit, high cockpit sides, and most importantly a guardrail running the whole perimeter of the boat, nice and high. Let's have a little look under here where we will find the engine. 9.9 horsepower 4-stroke electric start Yamaha outboard, which I'm told and do believe has only run about 40 hours in its entire life. There connected to it is a 12-litre portable petrol can. I believe there are another 2 of those on board up in storage up on the foredeck, or under the foredeck, so which gives around about that's about 35-ish litres of petrol storage. So the spray hood there, again all in very good order. All the control lines are leading back to the cockpit, so there's very little need to come on deck when sailing, but if you do have to do so, well, these side decks are really wide. Got this really good stainless steel grab handle to get hold of, and that guard wire, as I say, runs the whole perimeter of the boat. So when you are coming forward, great non-slip surfaces as well everywhere we're walking, but it's the space that is truly remarkable. Here I am on the foredeck of this 24-foot boat, and there really is a huge amount of safe space underneath those hatches, which are currently locked, but that's where the fenders, the anchor, and those spare fuel cans are. Looking back, you can see the control lines leading from the base of the mast through jammers, through the spray hood, back to the cockpit, so really uncluttered decks as well, and everything very neat and manageable and easy to control. Let's go below decks and have a look. Oh, one thing I was going to mention back in the cockpit is that just above the helm you can see some brackets here for the standard horizon electronics, which are quite recent. The owner's still got those at home, but I'll put a still photograph here as to what there is. There's a really nice colour chart plotter and a radio with AIS receiver, DA. So again, a very nice modern set of electronics, which is included with the boat, of course. Let's go below and see what we've got. So just peeping through the hatch first of all, we're in this saloon area. Now, this is I would describe this area here as crouching headroom. I'm not quite standing up, but if I was to sit at the dining table as I am now, then ample headroom above me. LED lights throughout, energy saving, so quite comfortably sitting at this dining area with this fabulous views. Say it's a little bit cold today, so you've got a little bit of external condensation on the windows, but you can imagine that on a sunny day at an anchorage being a rather spectacular view. And again, the condition, you know, it really feels as if it's hardly been used at all. In fact, these scatter cushions have still got the plastic on. Whether they're original or not, I don't know, but it all helps the definite feeling of newness. Behind here is worth a look. This is behind the helm. We'll just open these wooden doors, and here we are. Here we've got the electrical systems for the boat. So the master switch is for the batteries, two decent size leisure batteries, combined starting batteries. First aid kit there, but again, this is the hydraulic steering. There's a spotlight just stored in there, but again, beautiful wiring, and there's a smart charging system as well on there, so everything impeccable and spick and span, so that's easy to get to as well, just behind the helm. So if we now go down these steps into the starboard hull, now I've got full standing headroom. I'm roughly 6 feet, and I've got good 6 inches above me, so I'd estimate roughly 6'6" headroom. That bow, this is the prow of the starboard hull, which is sort of a wet storage area, and then coming back from there we have this fabulous galley. The sink is pressurized cold water, being an outboard that is not a calorifier on board, so to get hot water you boil the kettle. So some things kept simple and are good for it, but this is definitely worth pointing out. This is the Origo Spirit cooker, hob and oven. It runs on spirit, sort of meths or refined meths. No gas at all on board this boat, which is safety and these days convenience, because many boat owners will tell you getting hold of gas bottles can be difficult these days, and needless to say expensive. So the Origo systems like that are really popular. More than ever, I would say. So I'm looking aft on the starboard hull. We've got one of the sleeping areas, really comfy as well. I mean, that's a double berth, or a huge single, and a good sea berth as well, but a double berth there with little storage shelves, little LED reading light above it. Again, the linings, everything really clean. So well, more than clean. I'm going to use it. The phrase is as new. Storage underneath, huge cavernous storing billow. Look at that. You get your sleeping bag and your kit bag and plenty more in there. So that's the starboard hull. Let's cross the saloon area again up the steps and go over to the port side hull and see what we have here. So down here is a nice little nav area. Again, full standing headroom, same as we had on the starboard side, a good sort of 6 foot plus one. Now here is the main standard Horizon radio, very much up-to-date technology, DSC and AIS receiver as well. As is being shown here, that little surface is big enough to take a chart folio, and some, again, storage everywhere, under every cushion, under every bunk, and elsewhere, storage all round. And aft from here is an identical sleeping area, so another double berth area in the after part of the port hull. And then looking forward on the port hull, it must be one of the largest heads compartments, toilet compartments on a boat. Well, to be honest with you, full stop, at this sort of size, up to about 40 feet, I would say. I mean, it's a huge toilet compartment. Pressurized cold water to the sink there, the little storage basin below, sea toilet, and then behind the sea toilet in this forward prow is the holding tank, which has got an electric pump out as well as the manual pump out as well. So you are really self-contained with this boat. You've got the holding tank, so that you're in control of your emissions. So there we go, a little look round this, I think, remarkable 24-foot, 33-year-old boat. It certainly doesn't feel like either of those. It feels much larger, and it certainly feels much younger than 30 years old. If I told you we were on a new boat, I'm sure most of you would quite happily believe that as we walked around it. She's absolutely gorgeous. Full details are on the Preston Marina website, www.prestonmarina.co.uk. Viewing is by prior appointment, please, and she is well worth a viewing. Come and take a look. Thank you.